I'm breathing underwater, I'm weightless through space. I'm soaring like an eagle all over this place. Creatures most will never see are waiting there to look at me, and all I gotta do is breathe underwater. The Seaview is somewhere counting seals. Crane and Morton both think it's boring.
Chip, come here. What's the matter?
Well, yeah, she's gone. She was heading away when he called Chip. It's a cliche, but it works here. She appears again right before the opening credits, of course, after he's sent Morton back to work. Again, cliche, but it works. The acting, especially the interaction between David Hedison and Bob Dowdell, is what really sells it. Crane wants to investigate, go try and find her, and do science on her. Everybody's got a word for it. The Admiral is less than enthused about the idea.
No, and that is final.
As usual, he won't say why. He got some kind of top secret message that made him go like this, so I'm guessing it factors in somehow.
What did the Admiral say?
I can't understand it. He's always kept an open mind. And a thing like this, you'd think he'd be a little curious.
Maybe he has more important things on his mind.
Maybe. When do we do the surface again?
1,400 hours, about 30 minutes.
Well, that would be here, at this island.
It's about 100 yards off the east coast.
Very well. If you need me in the next 15 minutes, I'll be in the missile room.
Aye, sir.
We know the Admiral does have something else on his mind, we just don't know what. For the moment, Captain Crane doesn't care.
Chief?
Sir.
I want a rubber raft ready to launch when we surface.
Aye, sir. Any special equipment?
Yes, sir. Break out one of the M4 sea scooters and put it on the raft.
Sea scooter eye. Anything else, sir?
Aqualung, face mask, and flippers.
Check. What about a wetsuit, sir?
I won't need one. The water's warm.
And besides, he wants to look his best when he meets the Mermaid.
Now, see that it's done.
Aye, sir. How many men will be going?
I'll be going alone.
Excuse me, Skipper, but that's against regulations.
Now, look, Chief, suppose we forget the book on this one. It's an unofficial trip.
Aye, sir.
I get the feeling Sharky doesn't appreciate the awkward position he's in right now. Once they've surfaced, neither does Morton.
All right, now it's 1,400 hours. Can you be back here at the same spot at 1,800?
We'll be here. The deck crew has your sea scooter and raft up ready to launch.
Good.
Look, Lee, don't you think you'd better inform the Admiral about this?
If he asks where I am, tell him.
Tell him what? That you jumped ship?
I've got a little shore leave coming. Say I decided to take it here.
Come on, Captain. You know to get shore leave you have to fill out Form 357-24/QRPP and have it approved by the Admiral.
Chief, what's the captain? Captain Crane, sir?
Yeah. You do know Captain Crane, don't you?
Oh, yes, sir. I mean, you better talk to Mr. Morton, Admiral.
This is definitely above his pay grade. He can't kick it upstairs fast enough.
I've been trying to raise Lee on the intercom, but he doesn't answer. Have you seen him?
Well, no, sir, not for some time.
Mm-hmm. Well, have somebody find him and send him to my cabin.
Sir, that won't be easy. The fact is he's not on board.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
They can't even raise him by radio because he didn't take one. Nelson is ready to tear him apart when he gets back because this was supposed to be for him, not Mr. Morton. But there's no choice.
You may know our government is having meetings with representatives of all nuclear powers to try to arrive at a new disarmament treaty.
Yes, sir, I know.
Certain unfriendly foreign power has chosen this moment to plant a large and extremely powerful nuclear device in the sea off our California coast.
Why, sir?
Well, the reason is fairly obvious, I should think. It's a weapon that can be detonated by a radio signal.
I start World War III.
Pretty much. Worse, this bomb is immune to all forms of electronic detection, so finding it is like trying to find one little box in the whole ocean. No matter how impossible it seems, they have to find it and disarm it within the next 3 hours. And the captain is out chasing mermaids. My mistake. He's out catching mermaids. Before anybody can ask him what kind of fish is under that cover, he locks himself in the lab. Nelson has had enough of this.
Lee, this is Nelson. Open the door.
Come in.
Lee, what is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong, Admiral. I've just made the greatest discovery in the whole history of the sea. Look.
She led him on a wild chase that stayed interesting and was too long to use. He hit her with a tranquilizer and she's still out. Except later we'll discover that she isn't. She's faking while she messes with his mind.
There's a lot of questions I'd like to ask, but no time for that at the moment. You better read this. Go ahead, read it.
Very well, I read it.
Well?
I followed her for a long time. She led me to a grotto where there was a whole colony of them.
He's obsessed with her because she wants him to be. Nelson can't get anything coherent out of him about the message, so he gives up and leaves Crane to his new girlfriend. Everybody on the boat tries to use boxing hits on critters like this, and it never works. I don't know how many times we've seen that particular monster suit, but Irwin definitely got his money's worth out of it. That guy was prepping the gear they'll need to disarm the bomb, but I'm afraid someone else will have to do it. Alas, poor... what's his name? The monster overpowers Nelson and heads out into the corridors.
What happens? Chief. Organize a detail on the tranquilizing weapons. I want that thing taken alive.
I see. What thing, sir?
That line and the way he said it made me laugh. What do you mean, what thing? The thing I'm talking about, obviously.
That thing that killed Thompson.
That doesn't help Sharky any, but it does help us. Alas, poor Johnson.
I suppose it's connected somehow with that specimen that Captain Crane has in the lab. Searching for it, trying to find it, perhaps. I'm going to the lab now. Now get the detail organized immediately.
Aye, sir.
He still doesn't have a clue what they're looking for. The Admiral just gave him 16 ounces of nothing. He didn't even tell him it's humanoid. For all the Chief knows, this thing looks like a Hinggadorian mud duck. He recruits 2 guys that we don't know, and away they go. Little do they know, it's following them. That doesn't look like a Hinggadorian mud duck. At least they know what it does look like now. By the way, it's very strong. These goofballs will keep trying to go toe-to-toe with it, with predictable results.
You okay, Smitty?
I think so.
That thing is wild. Now, hear this. This is Chief Sharkey. To all crewmen, stay clear of the corridors in the missile room area. Repeat, stay clear of the corridors in the missile room area.
That's the best idea he's had all day. And that's where it lost me. This thing lives in a deep cavern at the bottom of the ocean. Presumably, it's never seen a submarine or even a surface dweller before. Yet, it knows where to go and it can read English. Not only that, it understands the significance of the circuitry room.
What happened to the generator?
They can't hear you because he's disabled the intercoms too. Everything I've said before about the circuitry room stands. Not only is it a bad idea, apparently it has a beacon in it so every monster that's come aboard this season knows exactly where to find it. By the time that thing is done, we're on the bottom in that same sand pit we've landed in at least twice before. Irwin did love his reusable footage. Oh yes, Captain Crane is also unconscious and Admiral Nelson might as well be. Nelson heads to the bridge, telling Kowalski to make sure the captain gets to sickbay. Or not.
Skipper? Open up, sir.
Yes, she's telekinetic on top of everything else.
All right, get in there and check it out.
And so is her boyfriend. Sharkey and Kowalski meet up in a hall and compare notes. The Admiral can't explain it, but two identical incidents in different places is hard to argue with. The Chief wants to go see about the captain, but Nelson says we need to see to the boat first. Soon we have 4 guys armed with stun guns and 1 guy to break the lock on the door. Here we go. They strap him down to a table. Now, they've strapped many creatures to that table, and it hasn't held one yet, but I guess hope springs eternal. Now let's see about the captain. He's awake, by the way.
You did this to my mind, didn't you? I'm beginning to remember everything again. That fall must have knocked some sense into me.
Define sense.
Normal power is now restored. All hands will tend to what will make every effort to get this ship off the bottom and back under control.
Diane Weber made her fame as a pin-up girl in Playboy centerfold in the 50s. She was a nudist in a time when such things were frowned upon in polite society. Lucky for her, she had the kind of body that guys liked to look at undressed, so she got away with a lot. Even though she did very little acting, this was her second time playing a mermaid. Right now, she's having a sort of telepathic conversation with Crane, although I get the feeling she communicates in ideas and images, not words. I guess her boyfriend never got around to teaching her English.
All right. I was wrong. I had no right to capture you. But don't make the rest of these men pay for my mistake.
She was best known for her big aspirations to fame, but I'll be blunt, I have never been a boob man. As I saw someone say once, you've seen one nipple, you've seen them all, whoop-de-doo. I can't stop looking at those eyes. I'm an eyes and smile man. Her eyes are incredible. She can say everything she wants to just with them.
Look, I'll make a deal with you. Do you understand? A deal. I'll set you free. I'll let you go back to where I found you. But you've got to do something for me.
He needs her to find the bomb. He explains that if it goes off, it'll destroy her home and everything else. She agrees to try and find it, and if she does, to lead them to it.
You said it was locked.
It was. I swear it was locked.
You men wait out here.
How's it feel, Admiral? Usually you're the one running around doing weird stuff without explaining anything to anybody. How do you like it? It's a good thing Green Guy didn't see the way she was looking at the captain. Right now, he just wants to find her. There's always some doofus who wanders into Rubberneck. This one will end up with a broken neck. You're doing the piggyback ride thing wrong. It reasons, I guess, that if she's not there, she must be back in the water. She tried to explain what she was doing, but he was so frantic it took too long to explain it to him. The bomb went off, and it didn't matter.
Did you actually talk with the one you caught?
Well, no, not exactly, but
Well, then how do you know that she can or will help?
Maybe if you'd stop interrupting, he'd tell you.
do you have any other way of locating an unlocatable bomb?
No. No, I haven't.
Well, there's your answer. She'll lead us to the bomb.
Okay, you win.
Don't let him forget this for at least a week. She's found the bomb and brought them to it. There'll be 2 dive teams, the captain and Kowalski, and 3 other guys with all the stuff to disarm the bomb.
Admiral, look, the monitor. That thing is heading straight for those divers.
Warn them about it? Never mind, I think they know. He pummels them for a bit and then turns his attention to the other team. They have one chance. He's out of their hair. That's the good news. The bad news is he smashed all the equipment for disarming the bomb. Crane and Kowalski will have to do it manually.
Lee, the diving party can't neutralize the bomb. You'll have to do it following my instructions. Now, listen very carefully. Our lives depend on your following directions to the letter.
I think he gets it. Quit talking about instructions and start giving him some.
You'll see some flashes. They're intended to scare away fish.
What was that, sir?
Listen, to take it easy, easy.
don't be alarmed at the sound. It's a high-frequency signal, also to scare away fish.
I don't know how scared they are, but it's got these two fish annoyed at least.
You see some uprights around the bomb.
Yes, we see them.
They're equipped with electric eyes. If you interrupt the beam, you explode the bomb.
That's right, Kowalski. Use the mirror to reflect the beam.
The mirror trick worked on those because they already used a mirror. Early so-called electric eye systems had the sending unit and the receiving unit in a single package, so to create a beam across a space such as the one they're in, you'd place a mirror on the other side of the space and adjust it so it reflects the light back to the receiver. Kowalski is just holding the mirror closer, which makes the beam both stronger and broader, so it's easy to make it hit the receiver. Once they're both inside, he puts the mirror away, and the system is none the wiser. They get the casing open at the right spot. Now all Captain Crane has to do is reach in and pull out a core of some kind. But as always, there's a gotcha.
Pull it straight up and out. If it touches the sides, it's all over.
I'm reminded of James Bond taking the explosive out of that nuclear warhead in The Spy Who Loved Me. Maybe this is where they got the idea.
I'm ready, sir.
Ready.
Now, Skipper. Easy now.
Easy. It's out. What do we do with it now?
Nothing. Drop it and go home. The Mer people took care of it from there. They buried the nuclear material and made hats out of the rest.
Seaview, from ONI, an official well done.
A nice pat on the head. Did you get a cookie too?
I have a feeling it's addressed to the wrong person.
Oh, you still thinking about the mermaid, huh?
I'm beginning to wonder if we ever saw her. Well, the way my mind was working for a while.
We saw her. That's how they seem to affect mortals. You know, in the long run, I suppose it's better if we keep telling ourselves that they're a myth.
Myth!
Yes.
I gather she was omitted from his report. And since they didn't take any photos or film her or otherwise obtain proof that she's real, who'd believe him anyway? But Captain Crane never forgot that one perfect moment with her. He was popular with women, but he always came away thinking, you should have seen the one that got away.
All I gotta do is breathe underwater. Breathe underwater. Breathe underwater.
Well, yeah, she's got...
Fisho.
Everybody on the boat tries to use... That guy was prepping the gear... Come on, slow down, a boob man. So it's easy to make... You can get lunch quicker if you get your hiney up here in the film.